I'm always interested in walking as a way of like mapping or getting to know a place. I find that that's kind of like probably the best way of really engaging with the city and understanding how it works and finding your way around it. I try to do a series of walks that would be called Beating the Bounds, and that would be about exploring people's notions of territory and boundaries. And then very much, it's just very much like something that it was not very well defined, so I didn't have an idea of who I would walk with or for how long or how it would happen. And it developed into being something that was more determined by others than by me. So people would, I say, oh, I want to do these walks, I'm interested in walking, or I'm interested in the night or in territory, and then some people say, oh, I'll take you on a walk, or I'm interested in this, and I'll say, oh, let's walk together.
Surround, like for everybody to enjoy.
I really love the walks. I thought they were fantastic, actually. They were very different, all of them. They have a very different texture, one from the other. And originally, I wasn't too keen on doing them in January. I thought it was too cold, and that would be a problem because it would be very unpleasant. But retrospectively, I'm really happy that it happened in January because there was something about the harshness of the weather. It was very English weather we had, so there was something very English about the whole experience. It was just freezing, and sometimes it was foggy. We had one day that was quite foggy. So it's almost, we were looking at the history of this place that is so quintessentially English, the kind of the borough and the kind of the whole connection to Chaucer and the Canterbury Tales, and that we had this weather accompanying. I thought that was quite nice. A really nice combination of people that come. What I really liked was that even though a lot of them knew each other already, there were new connections being made between them. So they had like a different opportunity to talk about things, and there was a lot of little exchanges of information and contacts and things happening. There is something that is very especially wonderful about walking at night, is that it's quieter. There is less people, there is less cars, there is less noise, which in London I find that is very refreshing, because in the day it's the bombardment of stimulus and it's just a different pace, so I really appreciate that. There are issues around like perceptions of safety, ideas of danger and crime, which are very exaggerated. Kind of like really, what I became very clear through this project is that the gap between what the media puts out and the perception that people have of what it is to be at night in a place like South London and the reality are so far apart that you could fit, 20 roadmasters in between.
Here's a park. Here's a park.
The plan for the workshop was very, very ambitious. It was to do loads of different art techniques, so they would have an opportunity over the week to try out different techniques. So the first day we did a lot of drawing and monochromes and ink. The second day we did collage. The third day we went to Tate Modern as a kind of like a day out trip. Then we did painting, and then the last day we did printing, monoprinting. And at the same time, I tried to organize the themes that came in the walk and try to bring the themes to go with each day. We went and did live drawing of this garden that was created by Claudia, a resident, and then everybody painted their live drawing and chopped it up, and we made a collage of Claudia's garden that now is with her, so it was given to her as a present. So I quite like that. That's the ideal look, because we went on the walk, someone showed us the garden, told us a story, the children made something, a representation of that garden, and gave it back to the person that did the garden. So it seems to me like it's like a really beautiful circle of generosity, of people doing things for nothing and feeding each other in that circle. The estate, when I first started going to the meetings, I think they had a drama club once a week for the children, but other than that there was no any form of art activity or creative activity for anybody. I think they had a bingo club, and maybe sometimes they would do some parties or a summer festival, but nothing that was certainly no. They used to have an art club years ago, but that died out. So I guess like one of the kind of like the outcomes of the project, or the legacy of the project, is that it really created first a precedent of how an artist can come and work with the residences to do something that is, that is not just based around craft or learning how to kind of like stick bits of paper on a bigger bit of paper, but that's more about ideas and thinking what it means to live there and what are the possibilities for people to live there and make a contribution and get something out of the place. And now, even the districts, the parish boundaries, the council wards get shifted all the time to accommodate the built environment. And we thought that we'll beat this as the last founding marker, this empty sign, open to the future, what could be here, and then we just walk on and we go straight